welcome to Three Blind Mice Window Coverings. In this video we're going to talk about some great options for our sliding glass or patio doors or any of the type of windows that open out in large areas. So what I've got here behind me is a set of custom plantation shutters. Now we use shutters a lot on sliding glass doors because they have a lot of functionality in them. So the nice thing about having the shutters is that you can actually have it where you can have the top half open separately from the bottom half, which gives you privacy in the room. It also covers wide distances. So if you had a standard 6-foot slider, you could cover it in 2 panels, which is a nice option. The other way that it makes this very efficient is that depending on how your sliding glass door setup is, you can either have the panels open from the center where you can actually slide them to a side and open from the center if you had a really wide one, and you could go in and out of your sliding glass door. You could also have it where if you had them put together where you could just slide them all to one side and open from a side. So if your sliding glass door went from one direction, you could choose which way we designed these shutters, that they could slide with the sliding glass door, open up to a side, or completely stack off to either side. So there are some really nice features about having shutters for your sliding glass doors. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other great options for sliding glass doors. Another great option for sliding glass doors is called a vertical cellular shade. Some great options with the vertical cellular shades is that you get a lot of function, energy efficiency, and really good stacking of the product. So here's a great example. So here we've got, if we have the sliding glass door, we have a vertical cellular shade that just slides. It's cordless. You can do it motorized in some applications, but you just slide it back and forth to wherever you want. So if you're opening up your sliding glass door, you can open up this with it and have the amount of airflow that you want or traffic that you want and still have the shade protecting whatever else you have inside the room. What's really unique about this, other than it being cord-free and it covers really wide windows, is that the stacking is minimal. So because cellular shades compress so much, you can take a 12-foot wide shade and stack it to about 9 to 10 inches. So it'll all slide off to the side. So far less stacking than, say, a vertical or drapery or shutters or any of those other options for sliding glass doors. This has minimal stacking. Another nice feature is that not only does it cover really large windows, it comes in a lot of different opacities. So here we've got a fabric. This is a room darkening fabric, so no light will actually penetrate this fabric. So if you're in a bedroom area that has a slider, or you're in a family room and you have a TV and you want to darken the room up really easily, you can just have one of these fabrics that's room darkening. You can also have this where it can come from either direction, left or right, or a center opening. So if you had 2 of the same fabrics together and you had a really wide window, or you had a sliding glass door that opened from the center, you could have center opening. And as you can see here, you can choose the fabric. So here we have a sheer fabric. So if you're in a room where you wanted to have sheer and room darkening, so daytime you wanted this, and then when you wanted to watch the movie, you could have that. This is where you'd have a dual slide application. So you could have this slid all the way across, give you that sheer view or light filtering privacy view, and then when you wanted it darker, you would just slide the shade the opposite direction and cover up the whole window with a room darkening. So this has a lot of versatility with these vertical cellular shades. So great option for all large windows and sliding glass patio doors. Let's go take a look at some other products. A lot of times people, right now, the trend is with roller shades. And people like to use the roller shades throughout the house, but when it comes to a sliding glass door, the problem with doing a roller shade is that you actually have to roll it up over your head to go in and out of the sliding glass door. Another simple solution for that is to take that same material so you can keep that uniform look and putting in a sliding panel. So here we have a roller shade material put on a sliding panel. And as you can see, we can bring this back and forth across the sliding glass door. So you can get this in whatever fabric that you would like. So you can have it match the other fabric in the room. You can get sheer fabrics, light filtering fabrics, and room darkening fabrics. Also, there's a great variety of widths of panels that you can do. So the wider panel that you do, the less panels that you have, but you also have the issue of bigger stacking. So if you had wider panels, you would take up more space. So there's a combination of how wide do I want my panels versus how many panels that I need. But having the ability to cover those, and again, instead of having to go up over your head every time, you can just quickly slide these to the side. They can be operated with a wand, they can be operated with a cord, they can be operated with a motor. So it's another great option for sliding glass doors. Now another nice thing about these panel track systems is that not only can you use them for the sliding glass doors, they have some other functions to use as either room dividers or closets. You can cover closets with them. So they have some really neat features that you can do with that. But again, having that ability to cover massive windows. You can go one side to the left, one side to the right. You can also do a center opening panel track system. So again, panel track systems are a great options for those sliding patio doors. One of the most traditional products for sliding glass doors is draperies. So I'd like to show you here is just a drapery option. Now with draperies, the biggest challenge on draperies is the stacking. Correct? So you always, when you slide something this high, you have a lot of stacking, potential stacking of the draperies. But they're very nice because draperies nowadays have such a wide range of materials that you can use. So what we have here on this particular one is we have a sheer woven material that we can do. So on the draperies, again, you can have them move to a left, move to the right. You can also have them center opening. Traversing draperies is really what you want when you're doing a sliding glass door. You want to have that ability to operate them smoothly and easily without having to tug on them if you want to get in and out. So with draperies, you have a couple of options on how you can operate them. You can have a baton wand, you can have a cord pulley system, or you can have a motorized system. So here we have a motorized system. So what I'd like to show you here is as this pulls across here, you can have this come all the way across. Now motorization is by far one of the trendy products that are out on the market there. And what that allows you to do is to be able to simply, no matter how size window you have, you can just press a button and it will cover the whole span of that glass. The other nice thing about this is that you can see you have that nice contoured look. And again, you can get this from multiple fabrics. Now here we have a sheer fabric, but you can always get a privacy fabric, a room darkening fabric, a liner fabric, and that helps build that insulation. So where you have a lot of energy loss in the glass of a sliding glass door, putting a drapery on that will help thermal insulate that window. So again, the draperies, nice option, a lot of fabric materials, covers big windows, fairly simple to operate, especially if you're using the traversing rod, and it gives you that very distinguished look. Let's take a look at another option similar to this. Almost everybody is familiar with the idea of vertical blinds. And those work really well for sliding glass doors. They're very functional in that you can adjust the slats to control the amount of light. You can slide them to a side to get in and out of the door. But a lot of people don't really like the look of that. It's a little generic, a little more of that apartment style look. So there's a really nice product out that takes the best function of a vertical blind but converts it to beauty, and that's called a sheer vertical. And here's an example of one. So what we have here, this looks like a drapery, but it's actually a sheer vertical blind in that I can press these and I can control the slats just like I can on a vertical blind, except it doesn't look like a vertical blind. So I can go from a closed position, I can adjust that, I can have the open position, can close the direction, and what's really nice about this is that it also traverses, meaning that I can actually go ahead and open this up just like I would a vertical blind and a drapery. So as I pull this across here, you can see that as we can get that in and out and have that same vertical function, but in a much more aesthetic view. So this is called a sheer vertical, and again, covers very large windows. You have a lot of versatility, a lot of beauty and elegance in the material that you choose. Comes in a wide range of materials. You get all the materials are sheer, but you have the ability to get the room darkening or the light filtering by controlling those vane options. So again, nice option. It does come with either a cord control, a wand control, or motorized. So this is called a sheer vertical drapery, and another great option for your sliding glass doors. So one option that very few people think about for our sliding glass doors is an exterior shade. So there's a lot of times when you either don't have the room or don't want the look of an interior window covering for your patio doors. An option for that is an exterior shade. So in this case here, you have an exterior shade mounted on the outside of your house above your sliding glass door that you can control remotely from inside the house. And what this does is it allows you to either cast a shadow inside the room, give you privacy, darken the room, or allow you to be able to see through, with, in this case here, a sheer shade that allows you to see through it but block out all that heat and sunlight. So that's an excellent option to have for a sliding glass door, is an exterior patio shade. It can also be used in conjunction with your interior shades as well if you need the extra heat protection. So again, exterior shades is always an option for a sliding or patio door. So as you can see, there are a great number of options that are available for sliding glass and patio doors. If you'd like more information about any of these products, make sure to give us a call at 1-800-828-2003, or you can find us online at www.threeblindmiceusa.com.